Sports has provided us with some of the most memorable and exquisite experiences. Many athletes have flown to extraordinary heights and accomplished amazing achievements over the years. These moments are more than just shows of skills. They're special and symbolize greatness. However, there's a question. Who's the real GOAT? Is it possible to crown one for all sports? Or does each sport have its own legend? Join us as we explore and figure out what really makes an athlete a GOAT. What defines a GOAT? When it comes to being considered the best in their sports field, one has to do more than just be a successful athlete. There are several things that decide whether an athlete can carry this legendary status. These factors include the number of titles the athlete has won, how long they've competed at the top level, the impact their influence has had inside and outside the sports field, and most importantly, the level of the competition they've faced in their career. However, is that really it? Is it all just about numbers and titles? Or is there something more that makes a true GOAT? Tennis GOATs, the debate. Like many other sports, tennis has had a fierce discussion over the greatest of all time for many years. It's difficult to choose just one definite victor when there are legends like Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, and Roger Federer. Roger Federer's praise goes beyond his title achievements. The icon's 20 Grand Slams are remarkable. But his style of play is what he's well known for. Roger's style was elegant. The tennis player made everything look elegant and effortless. For more than a decade, Roger was the face of tennis. Through his class on and off the pitch, Federer earned the place of a global ambassador for the sport. But then there's Rafael Nadal. No other tennis player could match his dominance on clay courts. Nadal won 22 Grand Slam titles, including 14 at the French Open. His power and relentless energy made him almost unbeatable on that surface. Because of his immense grit and determination, Nadal is considered a tennis legend and has been an inspiration for many who admire and love his work ethic. Last but not least is Novak Djokovic. Now, Novak's achievements are beyond remarkable. The tennis legend has won 23 Grand Slam titles. Throughout his career, Djokovic has showcased an all-round dominance across every surface. Other than that, he has outplayed his two tennis rivals, Federer and Nadal, in head-to-head matchups. Djokovic has also achieved the incredible feat of claiming first position in world rankings for more weeks than anyone else. So, having looked at Federer's elegance, Nadal's dominance, and Djokovic's all-around brilliance, who's the real GOAT of tennis? Formula One GOATs, speed and legacy. When it comes to Formula One, there are several factors that determine the greatest driver. They include titles, speed, legacy, strategy, and how much the driver pushed the game forward. Based on these aspects, three names stand tall: Lewis Hamilton, Michael Schumacher, and Ayrton Senna. Lewis Hamilton's career has been nothing short of remarkable. He's not only won 7 world championships, but also broken record after record. In F1 history, no one has as many wins as Hamilton. With his adaptability, consistency, and activism off the track, Hamilton has become one of the most influential figures in the sport. However, before Hamilton, there was Michael Schumacher. Similar to Hamilton, Schumacher also won 7 world championships. He was very competitive, and during his time, there were very few who could rival him. Schumacher brought Ferrari back to dominance after years of struggle, an achievement that made him an F1 icon during the late 90s and early 2000s. And then there's Ayrton Senna. Although he only won 3 world championships, Senna's raw talent and passion were unique and special. Senna is considered one of the greatest and most talented drivers in F1 history. The icon was known for his exceptional skill in wet conditions, fearless driving, and raw speed. Now, when determining the GOAT of F1, is it about titles or the legacy left behind? Basketball GOATs, court kings. When talking about basketball, Michael Jordan is one of the most commonly mentioned names. The legendary icon was not only competitive, but also had incredible skill. In his prime, Michael Jordan was untouchable. Jordan was more than a basketball player. He changed how people viewed athletes. His influence went beyond the court, as he impacted global culture. However, over the years, LeBron James has challenged that. With 4 NBA titles to his name, and still playing at the top level well into his late 30s, James has had the world reconsidering Jordan's untouchable status. LeBron's ability to not only stay in the top flight, but also remain relevant for over 2 decades is an incredible and rare feat. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar cannot be left out of this debate either. Kareem won 6 NBA titles. He was also the top scorer in the NBA for decades until LeBron finally passed him. Kareem's career was long. He was also a very consistent athlete. So, with LeBron James achieving all he has, is Michael Jordan still untouchable? Olympic GOATs. Global stage. On the international stage, the Olympics present the best athletes from every corner of the world. And when you talk about Olympic standouts, 3 names take the stage: Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt, and Larissa Lattinina. Now, Michael Phelps has a record that might never be broken. Winning 23 gold medals on the Olympic stage is an unbelievable feat. Phelps' consistency during his Olympic career was unmatched. He also dominated in different swimming events, and this set him apart from every other Olympian. Then there's the legendary Usain Bolt. The global icon departed the Olympic stage with 8 gold medals. It wasn't just about winning when it came to Bolt. It was about putting on an unforgettable show. With his iconic lightning bolt pose, the legend gained massive influence. His name was one known by all around the world. Bolt made track and field exciting in ways no one had before. Lastly is Larissa Lattinina. Larissa won 9 gold medals. The gymnast also held the record for the most Olympic medals for decades. While she isn't as famous today, she was a great name in her time, and her achievements still hold up against modern Olympic athletes. Having looked at Phelps and Bolt, does Bolt's charisma beat Phelps' record? Football GOATs, the most debated. Despite all sports having GOAT debates, no sport stirs up more controversial debates than football. The 3 names often discussed are Pelé, Diego Maradona, and Lionel Messi. Pelé had a very outstanding career. The football legend won 3 World Cups and scored over 1,200 goals. He's often considered the face of football's golden age, and despite many decades passing, he remains an icon. Pelé did not just make his mark on the football pitch, his influence went far beyond that. The highlight of his cultural impact was when he halted a war in Nigeria for 2 days. During one of his international tours, Pelé's impact influenced conflicting sides to halt the war, just so they could watch him play. Diego Maradona's iconic World Cup performance in 1986 remains unforgettable. With his magical left foot, the legend gave the football world one of the most memorable performances ever seen. His hand of God goal and his brilliant solo effort against England remain legendary. Maradona's talent was raw and natural, and many believe that his impact on football goes beyond the numbers. And then there's Lionel Messi. After finally winning the World Cup in 2022, arguments arose about Messi surpassing both Pelé and Maradona. He's also won more Ballon d'Or awards than any other footballer to ever play the sport, and this has led many to believe he is the most accomplished player in football's history. With all that said, after finally winning the World Cup, has he claimed the title of football's GOAT? Did Messi surpass Maradona and Pelé after the 2022 World Cup? Is there a GOAT of all sports? After looking at the GOATs of all these different sports, 3 aspects stand out as determining factors. They include global influence, records, and cultural impact. When looking at global influence, legendary athletes like Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, and Ayrton Senna come to mind. These athletes didn't just dominate their sport, they became cultural icons. When comparing records, it's hard to decide who comes on top between Michael Phelps and Usain Bolt. These 2 icons have both achieved unreal success on the global stage. But then you think about cultural impact. Ali's stance on social issues, Jordan's rise as a global brand, and CR7's massive fan following. All these athletes have influenced society far beyond their sport. So, can there really be one GOAT across all sports? Or does every sport have its own legendary figure who defines greatness in their own way? After looking at the GOATs from tennis, F1, basketball, the Olympics, and football, one thing is certain: they have all earned the right to be included in these debates. However, in the end, the GOAT debate is one that might never have a clear answer. And perhaps this mystery and uncertainty is the beauty of it all. So with all that said and known, we would like to hear your opinion. Who is your GOAT across all sports? Let us know in the comments.